I'm the Honest Coach. I coach women on connecting with softness in order to gain control over their life circumstances and relationships with men. I just came across a post where Kim Kardashian was talking about how the longer she's gone since her last marriage, the more comfortable she is being single. And she talked about how it just becomes really comfortable not having to share television programs or share things with someone else, share a space with someone else, and that she really enjoys, being alone, and that you become more and more comfortable being alone when you are alone. So before I share what I'm going to share, I will say this is what I value so much about reality television is that whether or not you agree with Kardashian's lifestyle or morals or ethics, uh, they are sharing their human experience. And I know there's a lot of criticism about whether or not their television show is acting or scripted. And for me personally, I would argue that we've all seen Kim Kardashian act, and it's not as believable as her television series. And so I would argue that she's not acting in the reality show, and that when she's acting, we know she's acting. And I do want to check out her new series. But anyways, the point of what I'm saying is, if you relate to my content, you will more than likely relate to what Kim Kardashian is saying, because Kim Kardashian and you and me and people like us, we lose ourselves in relationships. I've come here and I've talked about the lens. You have a I feel, I want, I need lens. And then you also have a you want, you feel, you need lens. Those two lenses are reality. And so what happens is when he gets you to get your boundaries down, you appear I want, I feel, I need. I'm self-focused. You appear confident and self-focused. Well, that's because you actually don't feel safe, and that's a protector. It's not real. And secretly, you feel you really need to feel taken care of. You really need to feel loved. You really need to feel supported, and you haven't felt that way your whole life. And so what happens is he gets you to let your boundaries down by love bombing you, and his lens appears to be you want, you feel, you need. And your lens appears to be I want, I feel, I need. But then once you start putting your interest on him, I love you, I want to be with you, now all of a sudden he starts reacting. And it's the interest. It has nothing to do with anything you've done. You've not done anything. And I can't stress this enough. I was thinking about this morning. It doesn't matter. There's no way for me to really convince you. You've never done anything. That people behave the way they are behaving because of how they feel. He is behaving how he is behaving because of how he feels. And so you can put the boundary there. If he's not treating me the way I like to be treated, then I'm not going to participate. Right. Because once he falls under the I want, I feel, I need lens, he doesn't see your lens anymore. You don't matter, and your feelings don't matter. And so that's how he gets you into a position where he reduces you. And so I believe what Kim Kardashian is expressing without being aware is that in relationships, she will push herself aside and she accommodates a man. And the relationship for her and the relationship for you and the relationship for all of us that have come from this attachment pattern is that we have a man that has all of his focus on accommodating us. So our lens is I want, I feel, I need. And his lens is you want, you feel, you need. And that's the dynamic. And that your soft energy, being in your softness, it is a receiving energy. You are not meant to feel feelings and do. Which brings me to another topic. I was thinking, how do you know if you are doing, taking action from the correct energy? So you have two energies. I say softness and structure. You could say feminine energy, masculine energy. Masculine energy is everything up here in your head. It's thinking, it's planning, it's organizing, it's preparing, it's action, communication, decision making. Okay? And then your feminine energy is everything down from your head. It's all your body, it's all your feelings. So how do you know if you're doing from the correct energy? If you are doing and it feels like effort and you feel like you're feeling exhausted and you're feeling drained, you're doing from your feminine energy. That's what we call survival mode, and that's what we try to lean back from. We try not to do from those feelings. We try to feel those feelings and then decide how we want to feel. And then we move in the direction of how we want to feel, and that's using the right energies in the right way. But the point of what I'm trying to say is I believe what Kim Kardashian is expressing, and I love her. I love all of them. So I am a little bit biased because I just adore the Kardashians. I think they're so wonderful and brave and courageous and strong and human. I think they're so willing to share their humanness, and we all need that. That's what makes TikTok so phenomenal. It's like we relate to each other. There's someone I relate to. Now it's in my algorithm. Oh, I relate to this, right? That's human. We're relating to our humanness. So I think what she's expressing is in relationships, you know, I don't get to really live my best life. I have to really self-sacrifice in order to be in a relationship. Is it really worth it? No. That's why I say it's always a choice if you want to be in relationships with the men that you're attracted to from your wounded state. And so what I try to help you recognize is the qualities about him are what you stay connected to. But you disconnect from, you put a boundary against the behavior and the treatment and the how he's making you feel. So structure is supposed to make softness feel whatever she wants to feel. So if he's not making you feel the way you want to feel, that's not yours. And it's really that simple. And so when you get into these relationships, now you can say, oh, I love you because you're so confident and charming and bright and whatever the quality is. And then you say, I love that about you, but I don't like the way you're making me feel, so I'm going to stay away from you. And that's the smartest thing you can do. That's the best way of handling the situation, because it's interest that's causing it. It's the interest. He's scared you're going to get control over him. So he doesn't feel comfortable with connection. He only feels comfortable with control. And that's why he's so comfortable in the beginning, because you don't connect to him. You let him connect to you. Well, everything is blissful until you start turning to try and connect to him. And now he feels threatened, and all his old wounds are coming up, and now he's going to try and wrestle to get control over you. Well, first he'll probably try just to get away from you, to avoid you. But if he has to be involved with you, he's going to try and get control over you. And that's what it really all comes down to. And so we want to learn to connect to ourselves. We want to connect to our softness. And that's simply, what am I feeling? How would I like to feel? What do I want? What do I need? You decide those things, and then you just start moving in that direction. And you grieve the loss of whatever doesn't align with that. Because the reason why you chase after him is because you believe you need him. But you don't need him. You need you. It's a self-abandonment. So what you need to do is stay connected to you, which is through his qualities that you're attracted to. You connect to yourself through the things that you like. And just because someone is rotted towards you doesn't mean you're going to automatically feel negative feelings towards them. You might feel confused. I don't understand why he's being so mean to me. All I do is love him. Well, that's why. But the point is, you want to stay connected to the qualities you admire about them. You are so bright, but you're not making me feel the way I want to feel, and that's what I live by. So I'm going to leave you alone, and I'll find a man that has the same qualities, and he's going to treat me the way I like to be treated, and that's how I know he's the one. Blessed be.